You've no doubt seen the shows on TV, those reality-based cop shows that follow police as they do their job. And you may have seen the notice they post off the top that tells you the people you see on the show are presumed innocent until proven guilty. But imagine what it would be like if you ended up on one of those shows because you called the police after noticing a passing shadow outside your window late at night. That's exactly what happened to a Surrey woman, a woman who was shocked to see herself days later on primetime TV and shocked to see how she was portrayed.
This is a home recording of a Vancouver cop show called To Serve and Protect. But every time she's replayed her tape, Donna Carey gets angrier. She calls it to serve and embarrass after what happened to her. Believing there was a prowler inside her house, she called 911 and told the police to kick the door in because she was too afraid to come downstairs.
I definitely think my rights were violated. You know, the police came in here, announced and invited. The cameraman was not. He came in unannounced and without my knowledge until I happened to notice that there was somebody there with a camera. But I didn't know who he was.
Why didn't you ask?
At the time, you're upset, and you don't think of asking, a lot of questions. As I said, I just thought it was part of the, the routine procedure.
How much have you had to drink tonight, ma'am? All that Bacardi?
It's a Mickey bottle, not a 26er. They asked about the rum I was drinking, which was on my nightstand. There was still some left in the bottle. And, of course, they'd ask how much I had to drink, and I says, well, I had some drinks that started at noon, having a few drinks, and then out throughout the day.
Do you do a lot of drinking, too, ma'am? What do you do, about a Mickey a day? No. Are you going to be okay tonight?
What did you think of that comment?
Oh, I didn't like that at all. I thought he had no right to ask that question,
It one thing to ask you that question, but then to broadcast it, I guess, huh?
Well, the point is, who drinks a Mickey a day except an alcoholic?
I've written to her on this subject, and she should be getting that letter in due course.
What do you say?
Basically, what I'm doing is apologizing on behalf of our detachment, saying that we're sorry that she was embarrassed by it, if she was embarrassed by it, and we hope it won't happen in the future.
The Vancouver producer of that segment refused to come on camera to talk about it, but he did say every effort was made to hide the woman's identity. But he also admitted the camera crew did not identify itself as a crew from the program To Serve and Protect. There was only a sticker on the camera, but as you can see in this BCTV camera shot, once the powerful light is turned on, the subject sees very little. Why did you invite a camera along for that particular shot?
The same reason we cooperate with BCTV, NewsHour, UTV, and all the other news crews. You guys, and they too, want to see the police in action. You ride along with us, and they ride along with us. They want to see what's going on in the streets. We try and cooperate to the best we can.
Even it is a violation of rights?
Well, you keep saying that. I'm not saying that. I'll have to let a greater legal mind decide that.
The issue that a court would have to deal with is whether the consent of the police to the media, to the cameraman coming along, is sufficient consent under the Act to avoid a breach of privacy action. I think that consent is enough, and the consent of the individual who called for the police isn't required.
She is going public because she says the story broadcast was inaccurate. Donna Carey didn't call a cop show camera crew. She called 911 because she was afraid.
Sometimes when you hear by yourself late at night, when you hear of all these break-ins and everything else, you don't know who's out there and what's going on, Of course, sometimes you get a little bit nervous. I always keep my doors locked at night. I always try and make sure my daughter's in before dark, It's getting scary out there nowadays,
Still to come on the News Hour, Canadian peacekeepers head for Srebrenica.